Hi, this is Tony with Positive Images, and we're here in Los Angeles with Edward J. Olmos with Roosters. Roosters is the new movie coming out right here at the Universal Theater Complex. And here's Edward James Olmos. I have a couple questions for you, Mr. Olmos. First question is, why did you want to do this film? What gave you the, what motivated you to do this film?
I saw the play. The original play was done here at the Los Angeles Theater Center. And it's a very, very strong and very striking play. It deals with domestic violence and how the male machismo destroys a family when it's unleashed in the manner that we have been unleashing it in this country and around the world. It breaks all cultural boundaries. It doesn't. This is done with a Latino cast of Sonia Braga and Maria Conchita Alonso and myself. But basically, it is crosses all cultures, all races, all creeds. This problem is not just a Latino problem. This is a human problem. And so it's a very, very tough film. And the writer was excellent, and the writing was excellent. And I did it because the story moved me. It was passionate. And I did it because Milcha Sanchez-Scott has done an incredible piece of work.
Are you kind of, I don't know if you have any impact behind this, but is there any way you feel about how promotion, has there been a lack? How come this hasn't been promoted like say, for instance, Mi Familia or any of these other larger productions?
Well, this is an independent film, and it's a modest budget film, and it's a film that has been hand-carried into this theater. We carried this print right into this theater, and we have one screen, and if the film starts to make people aware of itself, then other theater chains will want it to play there. But it's one of those kind of films that once people find it, they just are so grateful that they saw it. So I have no fear that the rest of the country will be able to see this film.
Several other projects, especially with Mr. Young, who's basically been directed. But I understand you had a director that was fired for this particular. You had a director. Was Mr. Young basically at the helm of this particular production at the beginning?
No, this production was originally done by another director who had a conflict, not so much in being fired, but had a conflict in the artistic direction that he wanted to take the piece with the producers. So they decided that the best way to handle it would be that they should go on and do their separate projects, and the producers took over the picture. Back the picture because they had their money invested in it, and then went on to do the picture with Bob Young. But it was less a firing and more of a situation of artistic differences that allowed people to understand that it'd be better that if they went separate ways rather than to argue and then get into that kind of a situation. Yes, we're doing it with Maria Conchita Alonso and Robert Young, the same man who directed this film. We're doing that one, and we just finished it. And it'll be on. It'll be out probably the end of the year, 1995, beginning of 1996.
I understand you have your own production company. Is that what are you trying to do with that?
I produced this film of Roosters, and I hope that people will be able to see more productions that we do. We did the Ballad of Gregorio Cortez. We produced Stand and Deliver, American Me, and now Roosters.
And your main goal behind these films, is it just really the story the writers present, or is there a certain issue that you're trying to get across? Do you have certain writers working for you, or is there like some type of plight you're trying to, or some type of mission you're trying to accomplish by making these films?
Not really. I mean, we just try to do things that we have passion for, and we don't try to tell you how to think or try to send messages, but it seems like great stories always have something that people can walk out of feeling a sense of value. And so as of right now, we're just moving and trying to find the right pieces. And yeah, we have a bunch of people that are working with us, and we're moving forward and trying to make sure that we do great projects that cover our culture and other cultures, and with a different perspective. To get into motion pictures and the media and television, motion pictures and theater, I started work towards that in my first year of college. I wish I would have started in high school. I really do, because nowadays you can start in high school to start learning about acting, about television work, about production in front of and behind the camera, and writing and producing and camera operating and filmmaking. And that's one of the beauties. And I'm happy that I started when I was 17, but I would have liked to start when I was 14. Well, the process of understanding myself in this this life was one of first, about the age of 6.5, 7, I started playing baseball. And that really led me into understanding a lot about discipline and persistence and determination, and then finally the key ingredient, which was patience, because I couldn't play baseball. And through years and years and years of practicing every day, 7 days a week for years, I got to be able to understand to be the best that I could be in that sport. And I like that feeling of being really, people used to say, geez, you're so naturally gifted. And I would tell them, excuse me, I'm not naturally gifted. I've practiced a lot, you know. There's no naturalness to this. I have now developed it so that it seems natural, but it took a lot of hard work. And that led me into music when I was in my teens, and I put myself through high school and college playing in a rock and roll band. And that led me into using music in theater when I started doing theater in college. And from there I started doing musicals, and then I went on to acting in dramatic pieces, and then went into doing film and motion picture. Well, we don't have very many at all, so I mean it's pretty interesting when we find anyone. I'm very happy and proud that you're doing what you're doing and that your staff is Latino, and it's very important for us to really understand the power of this medium. I think slowly but surely, I think the youth is going to really get sparked. We try to make it so that it becomes a reality. But right now I'm a little disappointed in the amount of Latinos that are really missing in the balance of understanding this medium and the strength that it supplies. I spend it with my family. I have 4 boys and 2 girls, so we have a lot of fun together. So whenever I have one moment that I can call my own, I spend it with them. No, it's just like anything else. It's like this film. You have to get to the point of where you have to make a choice of either allowing your work or your discipline or your craft to sweep you away and take up your life, or you learn to balance your life's work with your family life. And learning that balance is really what this life is all about. I would love to be able to. I'm a little overwhelmed by the requests throughout the country for my coming to their community. What is interesting is that it seems more and more people are really starting to understand what we have been saying with our films and our work. I would love to go to Ventura County. I've been there a lot, talking with students in those communities in Ventura, and I think that I would continue to like to work there.